Hey everyone, Yōkai here. Today I'm going to be watching the second episode of the fourth season of Overlord. And last episode we basically have Ainz now the ruler of the Sorcerer Kingdom and kind of adjusting to that essentially. As you said, he's not really that experienced with that sort of thing, you know, with his previous life before the Overlord life, right? So he's adjusting, doing the paperwork, and also having some discussions with the Adventure Guild on how to proceed, you know, make some changes. And it'll be interesting to see what comes from that for sure. And we also have Albedo being Albedo. We had a lot of lap shenanigans between Albedo and the Dark Elf twins, right? A lot of fun was had there. And yeah, it was very much a first episode, so hopefully in the second episode we can kind of like get more deeply into things, like maybe start like a real arc, right? Because sometimes first episodes don't really do that. It's just getting you back into the spring of things, you know, catch you up on what's currently the current state of things. And episode 2 can sometimes, yeah, be a bit more the start of something, right? So anyway, let's just jump into the episode. I'm eager to see how things go. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1, play. And as usual, yeah, first reaction of the day. Not super coherent in my intros, but it could have been. Yeah, Demiurge, I would personally feel a lot more comfortable with Demiurge helping to manage things. He's a very smart demon. uh, this maid. Right. I I love that girl. There we go. We got some words. I really do think you're worrying too much. But you're great. Don't worry about it. Okay, the opening. We didn't get it last time. I think we got the song, like Hollow Punker or something. Anyway, let's go. We definitely did not get the visuals though. Oh, look at that fire. Yeah, some familiar faces. You know, the important humans. And that smile, that iconic smile. He has his own special smile. And a doggy. He looks important. Okay, did that dragon have glasses on? Oh yeah, blue roses, I think was what they're called. Yeah, Hollow Hunger. Shaltir, yeah, we didn't get her any last episode. It was sad. That's Albedo, yeah. I'm sure there's some spoilers in here, but yeah, it's fine. The whole gang walking up one by one. Oh, I love that shot. That's such a cool idea. You give every important ruler of Netsrym its own little quick walking moment, for lack of a better term for it. I like the look of that. So yeah, great opening as expected. Yeah, the Riesti's Kingdom. Okay, are we actually gonna show some Blue Roses stuff? Definitely getting some princess. But it feels like we just got here. And yeah, she's still got her mask. I can't remember. Did we actually see under the mask in a previous season? I feel like we did. Yeah. I can definitely see that point being debated amongst anime characters. You know, the role of the strong versus the weak and all that. Definitely true. Because they lack that guidance. I missed you, Evil Eye. I'm sure you are. Our Pyramidin over here. Ideas usually do come from that. I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't see any, but I didn't get much of a good look, so... We give them tests. Getting kind of excited. I mean, Evil Eye is really powerful, right? Pretty sure I know we learned that in the previous season. Like, more powerful than our comrades. Okay. Evil Eye is great. I mean, she wears a mask. It couldn't have been that loud. But yeah, it's probably a little bit rude to do to a princess. Of course you would say that. That's definitely a wrong interpretation. I certainly wouldn't say no to that. Lockius, that was her name, thank you. Some names are gonna have to come back to me as I watch this. Yeah, the Oni leader. I also forgot they called her that. How long are you gonna be down there, princess? I mean, if you're not doing anything. That stupid name. Yeah, I definitely remember that. Yeah, there was that too. I can't blame her really for reacting this way. I think that's pretty cool after all. It's complicated. Okay. I'm so glad we're getting these characters. You know, her outfits actually kind of make me, miss the anime Kunoichi Tsubaki. Kind of reminds me of that show. Yeah, it's a show about ninja girls, Kunoichi. Okay, didn't he die? I think he died. Like goblins, I believe. I mean, the guy was an idiot. It was only a matter of time before he died anyway. Aren't you happy about that? Don't piss him off is my first suggestion. What do you have in mind as a tribute? I do love her dress. It's just, I mean, I wouldn't wear it because I'm a guy, but it's a nice dress. The design, the color scheme, everything. A lot of like frills, you know, those white bits. And a little like crown hat thingy, you know, really makes it. Yeah, naturally she. Do you have news? Definitely important news. Remote area, thank you. I'm unworthy. Thanks, but no thanks, Nisama. That was an excellent attack, I'm sure. Even though we'll only get to see the aftermath of it. Oh, you were in the opening, yeah. I'm assuming he's pretty good with a sword. Whoever this guy is. I don't think we've seen him before. He definitely has had his low points. That is true. You have no idea. Does that not make him your student? Don't ask me to pronounce that. Yeah, why not just do that? Yeah, that's the one downside. Yeah, because that's the thing. You know, the Sorcerer King, as they call him, is really, like, there's really nothing they can do to really fight against him. Like, they know that, so... Any little things that they do to try to improve their strength or whatever, like, it doesn't really make a meaningful difference, so... Oh, wow, wow, oh my god, look at that horse! Oh, I want one. I'd be afraid to sit on it, but I want one. Man, yeah, that looks so good. Even that horse looks cool, you know. I don't think they would mistake you for anyone else. Say that 3 times fast. Okay. Death Cavaliers. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't think I've ever had to say that word out loud before. Please do. Did they say who the leader would be in the last episode? Is that Albedo? Oh my god, look at that outfit. Holy shit, that is a 10 out of 10 outfit, I must say. Not a 10 out of 10 girl. Laugh. Yeah, we got a fancy party here, it looks like. Yeah, people like that tend to do that. It almost reminds me of that one meme image with a guy in the corner alone at a party being like, they don't know about my, you know, XXX, whatever. It almost reminds me of that. Yeah, there's Albedo. Hopefully you know the meme image I'm talking about. I don't know how else to describe it. Are you captivated? Because I understand if you are. I mean, just look at her. You have no chance with her, but, you know, being a human and all. I can't imagine this ending well. I said to look at her, not approach her. That's probably a mistake. That cleavage just keeps drawing my eyesight. Okay, man, how is this gonna go? Okay, he didn't die. That's good. For him. Because I really would be nervous having Albedo interact with all these humans, right? Unfortunate for you. Yeah, I don't think he's too bothered by that. Freaking Philip. No, you want money and power and all that. This guy. Only a single village, how poor you must be. I mean, you can ask, I guess. Well, sure, but you're a human, and, you know, Sorcerer Kingdom is led by a skeleton. Slightly different way of thinking in general. Literal facepalm back there. You really underestimated him. Like, you don't understand him or his motivations well enough to be making these kind of bold claims with such confidence. You just have the answer to everything, don't you, Philip? Good question. Very wealthy commoner. Hilma Signius. The name doesn't sound familiar off the top of my head. But there's a lot of names in this show. A lot of them kind of ridiculous. Wow, that's a chest with a mole on it, looks like. I don't really like Philip very much, I'll just say that. I'm sure you are. She already has a massive cleavage, and she's lower than him on the stairs. It's a miracle he can look her in the eye. Right. They really are getting across the kind of shift in political stuff with all the deaths in the war. Clearly making a big difference. You know, like third sons and stuff being elevated and whatnot. Okay. She could just stab him with that. He's not wrong. I get so nervous when he's this close to her. Like, I'm sure she'll be on her best behavior, but I feel like really, if he does something like really piss her off, you never know. I think we also confirmed she was a virgin in a previous episode where she was trying to ride a unicorn or something similar. Or the opposite of a unicorn, rather. Whatever, a bicorn, whatever that was called. But... oh, the blinding light. I feel like that outfit contains less than half of her chest. I'm the host. You can start by becoming Ein Zolgon. Man, that long hair. She definitely stands out in this crowd. Are you upset, ma'am? Well, I agree, but... I mean, this man just... He's gonna really be disappointed at some point. God, that outfit. Yeah, definitely is not Philip. I don't think that would really help. There's a music build. Oh my god, the episode's almost over. What? Wait, what? No, that was not 20 minutes. What are you talking about? I thought we had like half an episode left. So that means Yeeti really is what's starting to play. Yes, ma'am, we will get right on that. I can't even really hear the dialogue of the music. Luckily, there's subtitles, but... oh, that's Shaltier. That is a mouth wide open Shaltier, too, with a little bit of fang visible. No man's done. Still has that cool little staff thingy. The man himself. And he actually wasn't in the episode at all, I don't think. I mean, he was talked about here and there, but... I guess he got plenty of screen time in that first episode. Okay, looks like a bit of a stinger. Okay, that's the princess. What are we talking? A cube? Pandora's box. I kind of want one. It looks very special. Just put it in a corner, you know, on a shelf. The other thing. It's a little bit ominous. The invasion. I guess that's something for them to talk about. Their respective obsession, for lack of a better term. Okay, that's how we end off the episode. Okay, that was the second episode of the 4th season of Overlord. And yeah, really good stuff. We definitely took a bit of a step back from focusing on Ainz himself and, you know, his adjustments of being a new like a ruler of the overall sorcery kingdom, and actually had a little bit more focus on the human side of thing. What's called the Elris kingdom, so something like that. But yeah, they're obviously also adjusting in their own way to the changes. Now, not only do they have this new power structure of the Sorcerer Kingdom, which they really realistically can't fight against. I mean, they all know that, right? So they have to deal with that, as well as kind of a change in their own political landscape because of all the deaths that happened at the hands of, the Sorcerer Kingdom, right? So we have people who were definitely lower on the totem pole of noble sons, right? Because that's usually how that sort of thing goes. The eldest son takes over, but if he dies, second takes over. If he dies, the third takes over. It's kind of how it works, right? And we had that with Philip, I think they said. And Philip, I don't know, they seem to be building up to be fairly important for the season as sort of a puppet kind of thing, right? And he's really the type for it, right? Overly confident without much of a baseless confidence, and thinks he has all the answers and just full of himself. He's just the perfect candidate to be a puppet, honestly, from what I've seen. Once they had that context kind of filled in for what his purpose was, it definitely made more sense. And we did Teneki Alliance at the very beginning, right? It wasn't very long, but technically Teneki was in the episode, just like a minute or so. But we also got the Blue Rose Girls, which I appreciate, especially Evil Eye. Evil Eye is great. She kind of has her cute fangirling otome mode kind of thing she does sometimes, and also just really snarky in general. Like when she yelled at the princess, that was great. The princess trying to get her to give up her secrets, like your trump card and all that, and Evil Eye trying to get across to her like no, I'm not gonna do that. That was actually a really funny, unexpected little moment there. I really like that. But I mean, just there was a lot of fun in that scene in general, from the princess, from Evil Eye, from everyone. She even hovered around. I can never remember that guy's name. I want to say his name was Cliff, whatever. The guy sits next to her. I wish I could remember his name, but anyway, she hovered around his crotch area for a while, and once we pointed that out, things got a little bit funny and awkward there. But yeah, some great Evil Eye stuff, some great princess stuff, both in that scene. And we also have the other son, right? Because the older son died in the war, right? Because he was an idiot trying to do things he shouldn't do. I don't remember the exact context. I just know that he was getting impatient or fed up or whatever, and was trying to. It was being reckless. I remember one scene when he was trying to rush the journey to where he was going, despite how tired everyone was and all that. He just wasn't a very good ruler at all, really. So yeah, it was inevitable that he would die at some point, really. Especially when he is so gung-ho to be going into combat and fighting and proving himself or whatever his motivation was. It was just bound to happen at some point, but I guess they still don't know exactly what happened to him, but I'm pretty sure he died to the goblins, or it's either that or he got captured by Netsrym, but I think he just died, but I don't know. Doesn't really matter either way. Either way, he's not there. But yeah, we also have Brain, doing his own thing, because the kingdom lost their #1 soldier to directly to Ainz. We had that. The one-on-one duel, if you can even call it that, it wasn't even really a fight. It was just a slaughter, right? But yeah, he's gone, so I guess they're trying to fill his position. Brain, as far as I'm concerned, he's fairly qualified to do it himself, but doesn't seem willing to or wanting to currently. So they are looking at orphanages and stuff for potential future talents. We did have some of that with the princess, and Brain also said something to that extent. And we also had, yeah, like I said, Philip. That was kind of the bulk of the second half, right? Philip just trying to increase his own position, essentially, I guess is how you would summarize it. He set one side on Albedo and immediately noticed her beauty, which anybody would, and kind of gets money symbols in his eyes, thinking about the potential if he could actually woo her, get on good terms with the Sorcery Kingdom, and benefit from a good relationship with them. He's kind of thinking about that, because the very first thing we got from him was a stupid little monologue during the party about his current status and how things should be and would be, and that sort of thing, right? So he's clearly trying to ascend past their current position. Obviously, being a noble at all is better than being a commoner, but I guess they're bottom tier nobles, and you can't really have much sympathy for that when there are people who are just barely getting by in these villages. Can't really feel too bad for somebody who only has one village, right? But yeah, that's Philip. I don't really like him very much, but I guess he's adequate for the puppet role they seem to be wanting to give him, so it's fine. And Albedo just looked absolutely gorgeous. I already said that. It doesn't really bear repeating, I guess, but I kind of wanted to, kind of needed to. But Yeah, you can definitely tell Albedo's not happy with the role she's really been given, having this literal nobody making googly eyes at her, touching her, when only Ainz is worthy of such a thing, right? But she's keeping it together pretty well, you know, in spite of all that. And also, the singer, she seems to be getting fairly friendly with the princess, considering she, like, hates humans and all that. They seem to be getting along fairly well, which is good to say. Good to see. They mentioned an invasion. Was that mentioned before? I don't think so, but I guess if it's important, we'll learn more about it later on. But yeah, we know for sure that the Sorcerer Kingdom is not done. Like, I'm sure there's still much bigger plans up ahead for them, and it'll be fun to see exactly how all that goes. Because we deal with the princess as kind of like an ally who seems to want to place herself in a position to profit from the actions of the Sorcerer Kingdom. I mean, because we had a little bit where the brother was like offering her own like remote region or whatever, and she not really into that. So clearly she's planning on getting good through the whole Sorcerer Kingdom thing, right? So by the time everything's over, it'll be interesting to see exactly what kind of position she's in. But yeah, the episode really zoomed on by, which is impressive because not a lot really happened. It was mostly just a lot of political talks and stuff and parties and yeah, and yet it was fully invested and captivated the whole time, oddly enough. I think Albedo may have had something to do with that. But anyway, good stuff. And that's all I really got to say on it. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.